And welcome back. Well, almost everyone has a grill, and chances are you're going to use it more than once this holiday weekend.
Yeah, but all those burgers and brats can take a toll on your summer bod. So holistic health practitioner, nutritionist Maria Viall is back to show us how to feel good and eat great all summer long. I like it. Great to see you.
Good to see you guys too.
Because there's a lot of things that people look forward to eating, and your message isn't don't enjoy what you're eating. It's just maybe do a few swap outs to make it healthier.
Balance.
Right. It's part of living, and here in Milwaukee, summer is a big seasonal festival time, and cooking out is one of the things that people like to enjoy. So instead of going to a cookout and thinking, oh, what can I eat, or eating beforehand, there are some easy things that you can incorporate to make your cookout something you can enjoy without thinking you maybe fell off the wagon.
Okay, so start with potato salad, because that's a classic. Everybody loves it. You got to have it. It's got to be at the event. So how can we enjoy it without feeling guilty?
So classic potato salad, minimal fiber. You're taking the peelings off the potatoes. It's made with mayonnaise, which typically is made with soybean oil and other unhealthy fats. You can easily up the fiber by leaving the peelings on the potatoes, and even incorporating some other types of potatoes, red potatoes, purple potatoes. And then versus mayonnaise, you can make a really great dressing with simple things like red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar, olive oil, sea salt, a little Dijon mustard. If somebody wants that creamy texture, you could use like a full fat Greek yogurt or a full fat kefir. Always choosing full fat with dairy, which I know some people think is like, it's a lot more satiating, and it's a lot easier to digest as well. So you can even add, I put in some grilled zucchinis in that too, so you can even add a little bit of vegetables to your potato salad.
That's really good.
It looks good. It looks very patriotic with the darker potatoes in there. What about the hamburgers on the grill?
Well, I think this is one thing people's choice or option is bunless, right? They're like, oh, I can't have bread. I'm going to go bunless.
Always.
And they tend to do two things. One, they eat more meat because they're not as satiated off of like the lettuce wrap. And second, they're not really enjoying it as much. Now, I know some people can't have gluten or bread, but sprouted buns are a great alternative. They have more fiber. Their nutrients are much more readily available because it is sprouted. Angelic Bakehouse has great burger and hot dog buns, and they're a local company.
And you can find them at a lot of grocery stores now.
You can find them everywhere. They even have sprouted pizza crusts, which pizza on the grill is a great idea.
And they have the tortillas.
Yeah,
they have like the, what do you call it, baguettes.
Yep, and dinner rolls.
Should you keep this in the fridge, or how do you take care of sprouted breads?
Well, with Angelic, you're able to keep most of their stuff on the countertop for about a week, and then I'd say put in the fridge. With the hamburger buns, a really great trick is if you don't eat it right away, slice them in half, stick them in the freezer, and then when you want to use them, just take them off, and you can even pop them in a toaster oven.
Okay.
Great idea.
And they taste great too. They're not real like hard or stiff. They're really soft and good.
Yeah,
I love sprouted breads. Really good. Veggies, a big deal here.
Yeah, well, I think when we think of cookout, we think of meat. It's like meat on top of meat on top of meat, which is fine, but you really need fiber to help that meat go through your system. Otherwise, you're going to be in a meat coma. So I tell people, have a side of meat versus a side of veggies. Make veggies the mainstay of your cookout. And lots of times we think of just like veggie skewers or veggie, kebabs, but so many veggies you can grill, and they taste so good. Eggplant.
Right here, eggplant.
Brussels sprouts.
Yum.
Romaine. This is a great spin on Caesar salad. You just chop off the very end of the romaine, you keep the root, and you
whole thing.
You brush it with olive oil, and you just keep turning it on the grill while it
That's
browns.
a great idea.
And then you can even top it with dressing if you want to afterwards.
Or a kosher salt or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that a lot of people like wilted greens, like you think of spinach or you think of kale, but that's great with romaine.
And it's easy too.
Yeah, 'cause it's already compact.
All you have to do is put it on there with the rest of your grill items, and it's good to go. The other thing I have is broccoli. If you wrap it up in aluminum foil and just set it right on the grill, drizzle it with olive oil, you have this nice medley of vegetables that you can have with your burgers or your brats as well.
It doesn't throw off the smell of grill, does it?
It doesn't at all. Actually enhances it quite a bit.
Good.
You've talked about fermented foods before. You have sauerkraut and pickles there. Kids love pickles. It's a great way to get kids to eat fermented foods, but make sure that they're fermented, right?
Yeah, this is the thing. Fermentation means that there's no vinegar. It's just water and salt and thyme, really. And so Bubby's is a great...
Thyme is in the time on a clock or the spice?
As in the clock. stock, not the spice. Okay. But that is a good question. So Bubby's has they have great pickles, and they're one of the only companies that I know that make the pickle form. As far as the sauerkraut and the fermented veggies, there's a ton of local companies that are great. There's Symbiotics, there's Little Red Hen. There's a bunch that are really coming up that you can add on top of your burgers, on your salads, to add those fermented foods. That's going to help this whole meal digest so much easier.
Okay. And fruit, of course. Watermelon first, you say. Why is that?
I do. And this is one of the things that people, when they try it, notice a huge difference. Watermelon is the quickest food to digest, quickest fruit, because it's all water.
So much water? Okay.
So much water. So you want it to go in your stomach, through the digestive tract, and out of the way before you start putting on the heavier foods. If you eat it on top of the burgers, it sits in your stomach, it starts to ferment, and most people don't really notice. They come home from a cookout and they're feeling kind of like bloated, like, oh. And watermelon is great, but it's all about timing. So fruit first, especially watermelon, and then enjoy the rest of your meal. You'll notice yourself not feeling as heavy or lethargic and feeling as bloated at the end of the cookout.
That's a great point, because a lot of times I'll wait on this until I'm done eating and think it's
sweet,
dessert.
like a dessert. Exactly.
Yeah, instead of cake or something.
Have it first.
Have it first.
I like that.
Eat your dessert first.
There you go.
Thanks, Maria.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You can find out more about her and all of her tips and her holistic lifestyle at mariaviall.com.
Look how cute you are in that picture, Maria.
Love it.
Happy 4th of July.
Oh, thank you. You guys too.